Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I wonder if anybody's actually here already. I mean, I know offline chat are, but... Hey, chat. Is my fan on? Is it too loud? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We are always here, true. You never leave. One day you will, though. One day. How we doing, chat? It's James Webb Telescope time. Yes, yes. Exciting. There's like 5 minutes and 50 seconds before they show the images. They're showing like it getting built right now. I thought I'd just keep it on this screen for the time being whilst everyone comes in. I'm so excited. Jesus Christ. So excited. I thought about starting stream earlier, but I was like, I just want to watch it and then that's it. Like because I'll be staring at the images for a bit as well. They'll more than likely like post them somewhere, right? Like high res. I'll just be like zooming in just like this. It's like pixel by pixel moving along. Oh, dude. So fucking hype, dude. So hype. You want to know what I've been listening to just like on repeat almost constantly? Yeah, I'll show you what I've been listening to on repeat pretty much constantly, chat. It's ridiculous. Hold on. Party rock anthem, low quality. Get me hyped, dude. I'll skip to like when... Here we go. Also, I fixed alerts.
I'm a Twitch baby now. Also cool spaceship time.
This has been me. This has been me pretty much constantly.
Morning. Woke up early to see space. 9 months.
Waiting for this stream of space stuff. It's my new favorite song. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
this is something 12-year-old me would unironically listen to on the school bus. Are you okay, Omega Live?
Shut up. Shut up. Shush. It's good though. It's good.
It is me,
right, we wait.
Ryan. I have gained sentience to tell you the robot uprising is soon.
We wait, chat, we wait. Alright, there we go. We sit and we wait. It's like 3 minutes now. 3 minutes until it kicks off. It's science time, chat. It's science time. What a weird time to stream. Jesus Christ. Sorry if I jump scared anybody with the alert.
Literally found out about these images happening because of you yesterday and now I'm so hyped. I love space, dude.
It's so fucking cool, isn't it? So cool. So yeah, I spent a lot of time. I might as well talk about this whilst we wait for the images. I spent like 3 or 4 hours last night. I was up until 4 AM fixing the alerts and tweaking them so they fit. Jesus Christ. They fit and can be seen. I might make the text a little bit bigger.
SPAAACE.
Thank you for the fucking 5,000 bits, Jesus Christ. I might make the text like a little bit bigger. But it fits. Everything fits and looks okay and the images aren't huge. So. Also, there's a 5% chance that we'll get the Inquisitor saying hello.
I'm putting the patch project on hold. Space stream is much more important here. Space photos, let's go.
If someone subs for 2 months or more, there is a 5% chance that we'll get the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor from Obi-Wan alert that I made.
Honk, honk, honk.
5% chance. So yeah, it'll happen at some point, and it's just gonna jump scare me. Anyway, hello chat. Hello everyone that's filtering in. Hello.
Space woo. How are you doing, Phil?
I'm doing
Last
pog.
night I discovered we have a bat that flies around the front of our balcony at night, and it brought me so much happy chemical.
That's a cute.
11 months, Pog.
We wait a minute and 16, 15 seconds.
Space.
Thank you for the 10 gifted. You guys need to chill, because we're just doing this short stream to watch the space image come out. All right, well, I'm not here for very long. Although whenever I do see that, I end up streaming for like 5 hours. But you know, it's like 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon, chat.
10 month Pog.
Thank you for the 10 gifted again. Thank you. I'm gonna mute the alerts soon. I'm gonna mute them because I don't want to get jump scared.
When the Crowfather is offline, us crows like to hide along popular hiking trails and squawk round at passers-by.
I'm just gonna mute the alerts when it starts. All right, so just expect no TTS or noise. I don't want to interrupt.
Space. It's so beautiful.
Thank you for all the gifted. Thank you, and the resubs. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Chill out. You keep subbing. Stop.
God,
We're just watching space. What do you think of the alerts, chat? Are they better? It's like a little bit cleaner.
SPAAACE.
It took so long.
11 months, Pog.
Well, we might be delayed because like NASA, right? I had to like resize every image for the alerts individually.
Phil, I just woke up on Kai.
Hello. I've muted the alerts. Fuck, I've also muted this.
This is the day we get the first science images back from the James Webb Space Telescope, and you've got a front row seat to the cosmos.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Everyone calm down, everyone chill out.
I'm Michelle Thaler, your host for what can only be described as a celebration for everyone on Earth. So think about this. Light from the earliest days of the universe has been traveling to us for billions of years. Just over the last few weeks, we've captured some of that light with a telescope that sees the universe in an entirely new way. And today we share the very first results. So long-time space fans are going to know who this is. This is Dr. John Mather. He's the senior project scientist for the Webb telescope and a Nobel Prize winner. And John, I couldn't be happier to be here with you today.
Thank you. It's a thrill to be here for this very special day.
How are you feeling?
I am thrilled and I'm relieved because you know when you start something this big, you know there's always a possibility. It might not work. It did work. We are so proud.
And you've been on this project for a very long time, right?
Yeah, started in 1995. We had just finished measuring the Big Bang. We measured it with a Cosmic Background Explorer satellite that we built right here at Goddard. And we measured the spectrum. We measured there are hot and cold spots in the Big Bang. So we said, now we know it all, how it all got started. But then what happened after that? So then I got a call from NASA headquarters. Would I like to work on this new telescope that's going to help answer those questions? What happened after the Big Bang? How did the galaxies grow? How did the first black holes grow? What happened all the way from there to here? So this is our time machine, and I just wanted to be part of it. I am so thrilled that we got a chance to do it.
You know, one of the things that I remember you saying, and this is kind of amazing, but after you win the Nobel Prize, you thought that this mission was the most important thing to work on.
Absolutely. It's the next question. After you know how it started, what happened then? And
what next?
You know, suddenly we now have the technology to do it. We didn't have 50 years ago. We didn't have the technology 25 years ago, even when we started this. We had to invent things along the way, so we did that, and here it is.
Well, thank you. We'll be back to you in just a moment. So at the moment, we're going to talk about the way that Webb is a completely new way to explore the universe. So today, the mission releases its first science images and gives wings to the dreams of so many people who worked so hard for so long to make this possible. For everyone on Earth, this is your telescope. This is the largest, most powerful observatory ever put into space. It's the product of thousands of people working for more than 2 decades. This is a mission that's singularly focused on the biggest questions in science. So the following phrase is often used too easily, but today actually does mark the dawn of a new era. Today, the Webb mission is open for scientific business. And this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. So, John, one of the things you told me about is that you really want to make sure there are some people that get thanked, people that put a huge amount of effort into this.
So many people worked on this.
Our current project manager, Bill Oakes, took the project from a time of trouble when we didn't exactly know how we were going to get this to work and got it all the way to the end. here it is working, and it's because of Bill made this worldwide team, 20,000 people around the world were involved in making this thing all work, and Bill has been there every day.
20,000 people.
Making sure that it would happen. So other special person is Senator Barbara Mikulski. She saved our telescope, and she saved the telescope before us. She made sure after the Hubble telescope was launched and it was not in focus that we would go up and fix it. She made sure that happened. When the Webb telescope needed more resources, she made sure we could get that. So, Barbara, we thank you.
Well, it's such an honor to be with you, Jay. I mean, it's been a pleasure to be working with you through this whole thing. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and go Webb.
Our necklace is the telescope.
So
like
this broadcast,
mirrors.
much like every part of this mission, is a partnership. On our journey to explore distant places in space, we've been joined by intrepid travelers from around the globe. We have so many extraordinary collaborators. So let's check in with our partners who will be sharing the stage with us today as we reveal Webb's 5 first science images. From the European Space Agency, I'm joined by Katie Haswell in Darmstadt, Germany. Katie.
Katie?
I see Katie in the background there. Also joining us from the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal, we have Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher. Bonjour. I see Katie in the background there.
French people, oh, they've got a loop.
And so naturally, we're also going to be visiting the nerve center of this mission, the Space Telescope Science Institute, on the campus of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. And there we have Alex Lockwood and Carl Gordon, and they're going to give us updates and more. Good morning.
Live stream scuff.
So we'll be back
live stream scuff.
Shortly.
Show the images.
But today we're also going to be joined by millions of science fans from around the world. Many are gathered at watch parties just for this event. So here we are really going international. So I'm beginning with Bhopal, India. Do we have a signal from Bhopal? Yes. Excellent. Welcome to NASA. Hello, everybody there. Wonderful to be talking to you today all the way in India. We'll be back to them later, yes.
240p.
Hi, wonderful. And we also have a warm welcome
to
Portland, Oregon. So we have the feed from Portland. A bit dark, but I see everybody there. Hello, Portland.
They've got feeds all over the place, and they're all just fucking laptop cameras, man.
Milan, Italy. So afternoon in Italy. Do we have the feed from Italy?
Some dude just tidying up the stage.
I guess we have a screen from Italy.
This is amazing.
And next we're going to go to Rutland, Vermont. So is this Vermont? Hello, Vermont.
Aww.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you.
It's a small little room.
Okay, going even a little bit further afield, we have Netanya, Israel. Hello. Hello, Israel.
No sound.
Hey, really nice to see you guys. Okay, just one more for now. I see people like giving me hugs. Okay, we also have Vancouver, Canada. Hey, Vancouver. Hi.
Oh man, Vancouver did not get a good turnout.
Wonderful to have all these people with you. So right across from the campus from me, there's also a huge watch party taking place with members of the Webb team. So the wonderful thing is that they actually are people that have worked on the mission, and they are part of our NASA family. So hello,
okay, it's people that have worked on it around the world, but they've just brought their family.
There they are. Yes.
Here's some more people.
A lot of people I recognize there.
Right, come on, kids, wake up at 2 a.m. to come watch a few images.
To all of us at NASA, that the universe belongs to everyone, and we are thrilled to share this day with fans everywhere around the world. We'll say hello to some more later in our broadcast. So now it's time to start the main event.
Come on.
What you'll see over the next hour will be a collection of images newly processed by the Webb science team. Only a tiny handful of experts have seen the images so far, and I can tell you that we have been so excited to unwrap them for everyone. We will be releasing each image in turn in real time.
You have to wait an hour?
As soon as you see it on this broadcast, it will be available for download on the internet. On the screen below, you can see a timeline showing where we are in the show and what's coming up next. And by the end of the show, all 5 images will be available to everyone. So hopefully you can tell I'm excited. Okay, so
new desktop wallpaper just dropped. The deep field! Oh my god, it's just like the Hubble, it's the Hubble, it's the fucking next version of the Hubble deep field I showed you.
And we're just outside of Washington, D.C. NASA Goddard is home to the project
just turned off the music. They just
and the observatory portion of the telescope, the mirrors and the science instruments, were integrated and tested here before launch. So for many of us, including myself, Seeing Webb come together bit by bit right in front of our eyes was an emotional and very inspiring experience.
Camera
so
two.
It's kind of like a part of us was out there with Webb right now. A million miles away,
He's looking
part
at the
of our
wrong
hopes
camera.
and dreams are out there. So I'm joined now by Jane Rigby, the operations project scientist for the Webb mission. And she's a familiar face for people who've been following this before, so welcome, Jane.
Hi, Michelle.
Okay, so Jane, you not only get the honor of revealing the first image, but
Because they're doing it
this
already.
actually
Holy
got
shit,
a
here
little
we
bit of
go.
a sneak preview. I understand there was a very select audience who's already seen the image.
Yes, so last night, on behalf of the project, I had the privilege of traveling to the White House with the NASA
That was the
Administrator
preview.
Nelson and other
Is
senior
this just a
staff
piece of a
to
bigger
share
picture?
Our first image with President Biden and Vice President Harris, and it was really fun. Oh my gosh. They really geeked out. We had a closed-door session where we got to walk through all the images and just share the excitement, and they were so thrilled, and they got the profundity of what we're seeing. And so now let's do it.
Okay, we've got the whole world watching. Are you ready to put the first image up?
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Everyone calm down, everyone chill, everyone calm down.
All right, here we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw
so
this.
The first image is a deep field, and it's also a deep field with a cluster. So why don't we walk through
Okay,
this
it's the same
a little
image.
bit?
We've seen it. It's fine.
So if we come up and
Well,
look
they're
at
gonna
this
explain
image,
it.
first of all, it's really gorgeous, and it's teeming with galaxies. And that's something that has been true for every image we've gotten with Webb. We can't take blank sky. Everywhere we look, there's galaxies everywhere. And so, this image, as we're looking at it, what we're seeing is not just all the galaxies, but there's a cluster here. And so the cluster are all these white, kind of ethereal galaxies. We're seeing them as they looked back in time, right? The speed of light is only so fast. And so as we're seeing distant galaxies out in space, we're seeing them as they looked billions of years ago. So these cluster galaxies, the white ones, we're seeing as they looked about the time the sun and the earth formed. And then behind the cluster, we have the gravity of the cluster is distorting and warping our view of what's behind. And so there are these galaxies that look stretched.
Gravitational lensing.
Kind of like they've been magnified because they've been magnified by the gravity of the cluster, just like Einstein said they would. And it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before. There's just a sharpness and a clarity we've never had. And so we can look at, if we zoom in on this image, and I encourage you as you grab this image at home,
Yeah, we've seen it.
You can
So
really
those
zoom
stars,
in and play around.
or
There
the
are
lights that you
galaxies
see,
here
chat,
in which you're seeing
with
individual
the
clusters
really
of stars
distinct
forming,
lines.
popping up just like popcorn. And then
Looks like a lens flare.
you also see in the background of this galaxy,
Those are from our
kind of littered like jewels
Milky Way galaxy.
all over the back of the image are these faint
The closer.
red galaxies.
Oh, the
Now,
red galaxies,
that
yeah.
was what we built
They're
the telescope
redshifted.
to do. The most distant of those are billions of years. We're seeing as they looked more than 13 billion years ago.
Yep.
And so galaxies like that one right there, this little
The more
red guy,
red they
you're
look,
like,
the
okay,
further away
what-
they are because
what
we've
is
used
that?
infrared
Well,
sensors essentially.
Webb got spectra to figure out what those galaxies are made of. And this is that one. We're seeing as it looked 13.1 billion years in the past, less than a billion years after the Big Bang. And we're seeing the elements of oxygen and hydrogen as well as neon. This is how the
I'll put
oxygen
myself
in
over
our
here.
bodies was made in stars, in galaxies, and we're seeing that process get started.
I want to give this a little bit of context. So this is now the farthest away
Holy
galaxy that
shit.
we have this sort of detailed information about.
That we know what it's made of.
We know what
like
it's
that.
made of.
Yes.
And this was not a long exposure for Webb.
No, the previous
It was like
record
12
holder,
hours.
right? The Hubble Extreme Deep Field was 2 weeks of continuous work with Hubble, and it was just imaging. With Webb, we took that image before breakfast. The amazing thing about Webb is the speed at which we can churn out discoveries. So everything that you're going to see here in this broadcast is a week, and we're going to be doing discoveries like this every week.
That is absolutely incredible, Jane. So thank you so much for joining us.
Every
It's been an honor to be working with
fucking
you.
week we're going to
Congratulations
get
on all your hard
new
work.
stuff.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to see it pay off.
So thank you, and I'll see you later on today, I hope. So
Yes.
enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Right. So from distant galaxies, we now turn our eye to something a bit closer. It's a planet, but not one in our solar system. Remember that Earth and its sibling planets aren't the only show in the universe. When scientists and engineers started developing JWST, the search for exoplanets wasn't even part of the plan. That's changed. Exploring exoplanets is now a major component of the mission and the subject of our second big reveal of the day. I'm going to send it now to our friends Natalie
shit,
Willette
holy
and
fuck,
Sarah
holy fuck.
Gallagher at the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal. So again, bonjour.
Holy fuck. And the exoplanet. This is so scuffed.
I guess we're
cut to VT. Cut to the trailer. Oh fuck. They're gonna stop the music again really quickly. You ready?
We'll go.
Okay. I'm Nicole.
Pause.
And I'm here to tell you.
Ah! That's not us. That's them.
Sorry for the brief pause there. We're now
Live stream scuff. Live stream scuff. Live stream scuff. Everything goes wrong.
Okay.
Live stream scuff.
Yep. We're all ready. Yeah.
Oh man, what a screen.
Okay, I apologize.
To
We're
freeze
having
on.
some trouble with the signal from Canada, but luckily for us, we have an exoplanet expert right here, just in case that
Canada,
happened.
no!
So this is Nicole Colon.
They literally
and
knew
she's,
that it
an
was
exoplanet
scuffed. They
scientist at NASA.
had a
And we're gonna
backup person
this
to talk
amazing
about
new
it.
Result from a very hot planet. I understand about 1,000 light years away.
That's right. The exoplanet is named WASP 96b, and it is this hot, gaseous, giant, puffy planet.
Did they
that
mic
is
it
1,000
up properly?
light years away. So that's why today's release is so exciting, because it teases at what Webb is going to do.
Who's whispering?
Such a distant.
Absolutely. So talk us through what this discovery is and why this is so significant.
Well, this reveal that you're going to see is going to show the first spectrum of an exoplanet as taken from the Webb telescope.
They fixed it. They fixed it.
And this is exciting.
They didn't turn
because
a
it
mic
covers
on.
Infrared wavelengths of light that we have not had access to before. So we've been able to use other telescopes to explore exoplanet atmospheres in the infrared, but not to this level of detail. And this is just one sliver of data that Webb is providing us using the nearest instrument specifically.
And there's something about infrared that is actually particularly good for the spectrum. So in this case, what
we can use it to detect things.
Take the light and break it up into a rainbow, and look very, very carefully at how much color is coming in each part of the spectrum. So I believe we have that image. If we can put that up.
Okay. Yes, I believe we're revealing the spectrum right
Holy
here.
fuck! Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
We now have our spectrum, and this is exactly what you're seeing, as you just described with spectroscopy. What we did was we observed a transit of an exoplanet. We observed the planet as it passed in front of the star. Now, mind you, this is not a direct image. This is an indirect image. So we've seen the effect of what happens when the planet and its atmosphere passes in front of the star. The starlight filters through the atmosphere, and then you can break that down into wavelengths of light, and you get a bunch of what looks like bumps and wiggles to some people, but it's actually full of information content. So you're actually seeing bumps and wiggles that indicate the presence of water vapor in the atmosphere of this exoplanet.
So we have the spectrum up here. Is
Holy
there anything you'd
fuck!
like to highlight particularly?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several features marked here. So I call them features. They're these, what I just referred to as bumps and wiggles. But what you're seeing here is a telltale signature, the chemical fingerprint of water vapor in these atmospheres, in the atmosphere of this specific exoplanet. And the other thing we can tell actually is that there's evidence of clouds and hazes because the water features are not quite as large as we predicted. So we can take that and infer that there are presence of clouds and hazes.
Right. Now, one thing that we really want to make sure people understand is with this particular planet, this is a hot world. It's actually closer to its star than Mercury is to our sun. And so we're not looking at liquid water here, but we're looking instead at sort of steam, water vapor.
Yes, this is an exoplanet. It's about the size of Jupiter, about half the mass of Jupiter. It orbits around a sun-like star, but it does it every about 3.5 days.
Oh
so
yeah, we read about that, remember?
Extremely close in, nothing like our solar system planets, but that's okay, because what we're seeing is, again, the first exoplanet data from Webb, and this is just the beginning. We're going to start pushing down to further smaller planets and being able to take measurements just like this with the nearest instrument
the most
that
exciting
was built by the Canadian
time
Space Agency. But also there's three other science instruments that will add to our knowledge in the infrared, as well as direct imaging modes along with the transit method. So there's a lot more to come.
I guess one thing we should mention is not only are we going to be looking at planets that are more like the Earth in the future, but we'll also be looking at planets in our own solar system.
Absolutely, yes. We're going to have exciting data from planets in our solar system, from Mars outward, as well as asteroids and comets. So stay tuned for a lot more to come.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you so much for telling us about the spectrum, and I'll be seeing you later on today. So we have 3 more big image reveals, and with that new and more exciting science. But first,
So that was the image of them just showing that they could detect fucking water light years away
when a new
on a
mission is
planet.
being built. Even the most enthusiastic space fans only get to see dramatic moments in its life cycle, the news and images that come out in updates and press releases. But that doesn't really give you the sense of the huge effort that goes on behind the scenes every day. The plans, schedules, and organizations keep everything moving forward.
Breathe.
It really happens, for the most part, out of people's gaze. Webb started as an idea that took root at NASA Goddard. It grew first into planning teams, research projects, schematics, requirements.
Now the photo was just the graph.
To become real with the development of new technologies.
That's how important it is.
Engineering, and finally fabrication,
and how
putting it all together.
we can use that
back at the visionary journey to
determine what planets are made up of light years away from us.
Today was the final closeout of the purge.
Okay, guys, I can hear Rupa, but
pretty emotional moment to be
I love the live stream
you
scuff.
know, closing it up for the very last
He was
time,
talking to
right?
production
I was the
just
last
then.
one to touch this, and so that was the final operation, and once that fitting is closed out, there's no more touching of the vehicle. We're ready for launch.
The James Webb Space Telescope. Born from the desires of astronomers, achieved with newly invented technology,
Insert inspirational music.mp3.
is the culmination of 20 years of work. Humanity has unlimited questions about our universe.
So many.
Engineering a way to investigate them requires enormous creativity.
Webb
I've seen
has been
all
a
that
trade-off
footage. It's so
between
cool.
Engineering performance, what the astronomers want, risk.
That was
In
it
fact, when
unraveling.
we started 20 years ago, we were
different
actually looking
stages.
at an 8-meter telescope.
Developing the most sensitive instruments. And testing. And more testing.
And so you don't want to build one that's just incrementally better than what you've got. Because if that's the case, you would just observe longer on the telescope that you already got. And so every time NASA builds a new astrophysics mission, a new telescope, it needs to be way more sensitive, you know, way more.
Do the finger wiggle. Do the finger wiggle. Ah!
We all got together in that conference room and we played real time as the images came down from the spacecraft. The very first diffraction limited images ever obtained with Webb. And what we collectively saw as a group was the highest resolution infrared image taken from space ever.
If you're just joining us, I'm Michelle Fowler at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, and you are watching live coverage of the release of the first science images from the James Webb Space Telescope. So it's appropriate now that I send the broadcast to our colleagues and friends at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore. That's the scientific nerve
what do you
center
think
of
of
the
that?
entire Webb mission. So hello, good morning, Alex. The show is yours.
We broke records. Star Death. Fucking hell, what a name.
I'm Alex Lockwood, and I'm here with Carl Gordon, who is an astronomer and one of the key people in delivering the images that you're going to see here today. But actually, before we get into the amazing images, we're going to talk a little bit about where we are. We're standing here outside of the Mission Operations Center, which is the key central hub for Webb. For the past 6 months, scientists and engineers have been working 24/7 since they took control of the telescope 30 minutes after launch to prepare for today and for the amazing science to come. Through all of the major deployments, focusing, aligning the telescope, and calibrating those 4 amazing science instruments, it was all done in this building. And from here on out, we'll have daily communications with the telescope, including sending commands and downloading data with the help of the Deep Space Network. In addition to mission operations, we are also the home of science operations. Well, what does that mean? Every year, we solicit proposals from astronomers across the country and the world.
Yeah, their DMs are
what
flooded.
Like to look at with Webb.
Their DMs are flooded with scientists just being like,
"Yo,
you want to take a picture of this fucking planet I saw? It's fucking
When the data
sick."
come down and astronomers analyze their results, we are the lucky ones who get to share that data and those amazing science results with you. And we knew that today was
Why did someone
so
redeem a
exciting
hydro
with the
check?
first images. So we've
Refund.
actually been preparing for years. Here is Klaus Pontoppidan, project scientist for Webb and the technical lead for the first images.
Yeah, it's been a year
to tell you about the process of the past
I
few
look back
years
and
of
my first
selecting the
email
targets.
related to the first images
Hit
was
play
back
too
in
quick.
2016. So back then, a committee was created, and this committee was charged with coming up with a long list of targets for the first images. And the reason for that is that the observatory can't see the entire sky at any given time. And this is because you want to
Look at them
avoid
just
the
hanging
mirror
out.
seeing direct sunlight to keep it cold. And it actually had to be quite a long list. We ended up with about 70 targets from which we had to select only a handful. You know, what would create the most beautiful images, what would highlight the instruments, the different 4 science instruments for Webb, and what would highlight the 4 major science themes for Webb. And it's a celebration as well of the beginning of science
Deep field
observation.
planets, nebula, deaths of stars.
And we knew that selecting the images was just the beginning, that we would need a trained eye to take these exquisite data and pull out the beauty and the science potential. So here's Jody Pasquale and Elisa Pagan to tell you about how they processed these beautiful images.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm hyping this one up a lot, chat. I'm hyping this one up a lot. I'm gonna say
we're basically
star
translating
death.
light that we can't see into light that we can see by applying color like red, green, and blue to the different filters that we have from Webb. And the reason we want to color
Someone's
the images
left their
is because
mic
there's
on.
actually more that you can get, more information that you can get from the image if you see it in color.
So it's a matter of picking and choosing
Someone
filters
stood too
and
close to the
colors
monitors.
that enhance the details and the structure in the image itself.
The shortest wavelengths of infrared light and assign those blue colors, and then move our way down to green and red as we go to longer and longer wavelengths.
And then we additively combine those together to get our full color image.
But there is a lot of aesthetics that are involved in this. Painstakingly going through and cleaning these images up with an attention to detail, a level of detail like at the pixel level in every image.
So when I'm working on the astronomical data, it is this sort of marriage between art and science. When you're choosing colors for the filters, you really are trying to show the different details and the processes that are happening in the astronomical images. But at the end of the day, you want it to be very compelling. You want it to be very beautiful because space is beautiful.
It really is. It's fucking awesome. It's so cool.
And after those images were processed, there was a select few of us, very lucky few of us, who got to see the first images.
Okay. The brag? The humble brag, I guess?
So we have a team of about 30 people who are producing these images, and we feel incredibly privileged to be the ones.
Here's footage of us
who are
looking at the
first
image.
To see these science-like images. When you
Show the
saw
image!
the first data come down of real
Has Carl said a
targets,
single word? I don't think he has.
people were speechless, and there were emotions, because we could see how amazing this observatory will be. The detail, the sharpness, the depth. And when we saw the first color images, we knew that we had a winner.
And now we are ready to see Webb's first image of a star dying, a
Carl.
planetary nebula called the Southern Ring. Let's do it.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow. This near infrared image
That
is
star exploding, I think it
wow,
is.
the detail. Oh.
Is that a fucking star just fucking exploding?
Wow. Okay. Well, here we are. We have a near-infrared image on our left, or on maybe your right. And here on the right, we have a near-infrared image. And so I'm here with Carl, our astronomer specialist.
Oh, Carl's
Can you tell us
gonna.
what we're looking at
Yeah,
in these images?
Carl.
So this is a planetary nebula. It's caused by a dying star that has expelled a large fraction of its mass over in successive waves.
That's what the fucking nebula is. It's literally a star exploded.
Waves in these images.
And then things are forming in the explosion now.
Wow. And so there's a lot of structure. Can you tell us a little more detail about what we're looking? Maybe start with this one on the left.
Yeah. So in the NIRCam image, you see this kind of bubbly, almost foamy appearance throughout the whole nebula with some very structured shells. And this foaminess is showing up in orange mainly. And this is due to the molecular hydrogen that's newly formed in the expansion, just lighting up the gas and dust of this nebula. And then as we move inward, you see this kind of very blue haze in the inner region. And this is actually due to very hot ionized gas that emits well in the blue that's heated by the core, the leftover very hot core of this star.
And what about these like rays that I'm seeing in this image?
Right, so there's also rays in the outer regions that you can kind of see, and these are holes in the inner nebula that are actually allowing the central star's light to come out and kind of light it up like, patchy clouds with the sun shining through.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. That's so cool. So you're actually a mid-infrared astronomer, which is different than near-infrared. And so what can you tell us about the details in this mid-infrared image?
So it looks quite different in color, partly because we're seeing different kinds of physics going on here. So we're seeing the blue. You see a lot of blue. The blue is actually
light that we can't see with our eyes.
Grains that are emitting very strongly in the blue for MIRI. And they show the very similar structures to what we see in orange and NIRCam because the hydrocarbon, the molecular hydrocarbon actually forms on the surface of dust grains. And so again, as we move inward, we see that the inner region is again hot ionized gas, but now it glows red because that's where it emits the strongest for MIRI wavelengths.
Okay.
And then as we go into the center, we see kind of the surprise for us, which is we knew this was a binary star, but we effectively didn't really see much of the actual star that produced the nebula. But now in MIRI, this star glows red because it has dust around it. So in MIRI, we got to see both stars very clearly.
There's two stars in the middle.
Really, but there's two stars there. So that's a fun surprise. And I think that there's another little Easter egg you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so this was, the Easter egg is this kind of narrow filament up in the top that's radially aligned. You can kind of see it very clearly in the MIRI image. It shows up as this blue structure. And it points very much to the central sources. So I thought, oh, this must just be a density enhancement in the outer nebula. I thought that very, very strongly, but other people on the team were like, no, it's a background edge on galaxy. Well, I made a bet that said, no, it's part of the nebula. By the way, I lost the bet because then we looked more carefully at both the NIRCam and MIRI images, and it's very clearly an edge on galaxy with a dust lane and a bulge. So I lost the bet.
Oh.
Well, you lost the bet, but you got these gorgeous images.
It's a galaxy that's like, we're seeing it like flat, like
Anything
from...
else you'd like to say today?
I can't
Holy
wait to see where we go from
fuck.
here.
Neither can I. All right. Thanks so much. Back to you, Michelle.
That's so fucking cool. We're seeing it edge on galaxies. We're seeing it like
Thank you,
flat.
Alex and Carl.
We're
And I have to
seeing
say
the
that
edge
image
of
is
it.
Absolutely spectacular.
Because they're
as
all
you
just
know,
spinning.
people
We're
from
just
all over
big
the world are
spinning
watching us
discs,
today and
right?
joining in our excitement as we
The
release
bulge in the
Webb's
middle is
first science
the fucking
images. We've been
supermassive
checking
black
in with our
hole,
colleagues
probably
Europe
in the
and Canada
center.
throughout the program, but we also want to take a moment to include the people at the so many viewing parties scattered around the world
Fucking
like
hell.
stars in the night sky. So let's check in with some of them now. First, we go all the way to Perth, Australia. Do we have a signal from Perth? I guess nothing from Perth right now. Maybe we have some of our other feeds. We're going to check in with them right now.
No response.
Do we have Winnipeg, Canada? Oh, there it is. There's Australia. There's Perth. Hey.
Oh.
Waving to Perth, Australia. Thank you so much for
I'm in the
joining
way
us
again.
today. And next we're going to Winnipeg, Canada. Hello, Winnipeg. At a planetarium. Everybody's enjoying the show, I hope.
The guy in the front's like,
Okay, Dayton, Ohio.
this chair is not comfy.
Everybody's watching on the, there we go, Dayton, Ohio. Hello, everybody, Dayton. Nice to have you.
I see
join us.
hands.
There we go, yes. Hey.
Kids are like, I'm done.
Hey.
This is not a
They're jumping
movie.
up
We
and
were
down.
tricked.
Hi.
Why is everyone waving?
Okay, all the way Bangalore, India. India, Bangalore. Hello to Bangalore, India. Hey!
They're just arriving.
It's absolutely wonderful.
It's caught them just minding their own business.
Okay. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the images we're releasing.
They were just getting there.
NASA's family extends
Then all of a sudden, someone on the TV was like, "Hello!"
They're on site to celebrate with us. So hello, JPL. Some of my favorite people in the world. Hey, hello. And then I think the last place we're going to right now is Northrop Grumman, one of our major contractors. Hello, Northrop Grumman.
Yo!
Oh, hey, all right.
That's a bit more action. There we go. There's some liveliness.
Nice to see
there we
Northrop
are.
Grumman.
The party there.
All right, now there's also a big watch party
The fucking
right
lights
here on
and
the NASA
shit,
Goddard
dude.
campus. Many of these people have worked on the mission itself, and we also have top NASA leadership and representatives from our government. So hello, hello, watch party at Goddard, yay!
Hello again. No party here.
Okay, wonderful. So, I mean, at NASA, we are so fortunate to have all of these friends and colleagues around the globe. A major partner in the Webb mission is the European Space Agency. ESA contributions have been essential to so many aspects of this project, including Webb's spectacular launch on the Ariane 5 rocket last December. I'm very pleased to turn over the show for a few minutes to Katie Haswell. She's joining me from the European Space Operations Center in Darmstadt, Germany. Hello, Katie. Good afternoon.
Oh, cool. We're going to get a really fucking awesome image of a galaxy.
Thanks, Michelle. Yes. Thank you, Michelle, and welcome to Germany. We're at the European Space Agency.
I'm still getting all kinds of IFB from lots of
center. Where the teams effectively fly the satellites. They're a little bit.
Jesus Christ! The team just don't mute her mic.
And pilots. We have lots of different control rooms here. This is the main control room, and as you can see today, it's not in use. So we've been lucky enough to move in here for today. I have two very special experts with me.
A power stance image. Look at that. Look at the fucking. Look at the image on the TV. He's just like.
Giordino is a near-spec scientist. Giovanna has been working on that for many years and lots to tell us about that. And Mark McCaughrean is a special advisor for space, for science and exploration. These two guys have been working on the Webb Space Telescope for a long time. So we're very grateful to have you with us. Thanks, folks.
Pleasure.
We are excited to reveal our image with you. But before we do that, we give you a little bit of background, because we've come here today because these guys were the first ones to pick up the signal during the Webb launch, when Webb first launched. They run a system called S-Track, which is NASA's deep space tracking system, and they were listening out when Webb called home. And the controllers here have been looking after a whole very impressive list of missions since 1968. ESA has played a very, very important role during the Webb for the Webb Space Telescope. They provided the launch on board the awesome Ariane 5 launch
When's the merch drop, Webb?
Space Center. The atmosphere in the Mission Control Center was electric. I can tell you, I was there. They've also provided people. We have 15 ESA scientists working at Space Telescope in Baltimore, and also they have provided the infrared
You got this, Kate. You got this. You got this, Kate.
The near-infrared spectrograph, and also half of the MIRI instrument, which is the mid-infrared instrument. Let's take a look at those now.
Webb's 4 scientific instruments include NIRSPEC, the near-infrared
Hello, voice in my brain.
led by ESA. NIRSPEC splits near-infrared light from astronomical objects into its components. Like a barcode, this will help scientists understand the physics of the objects they're observing, from their temperature to atomic makeup. NIRSPEC can observe parts of an object or the sky using an image slicer and an array of microscopic shutters. Webb's Integrated Science Instrument Module, located behind the main mirror, also contains MIRI, a mid-infrared camera and spectrograph. Seen here during testing, MIRI's been developed by a partnership between Europe and the US. MIRI detects mid-infrared light from planets, stars and galaxies. It can analyse molecules to help us deduce what astronomical objects are made of and peer into clouds of gas and dust where stars and planets are born. Together, these instruments will help Webb detect and analyse light from the very dawn of time, revealing the universe as never before.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So let's get ready to reveal our image.
Yeah.
And remember that one of Webb's jobs is to find out about galaxies, more about the galaxies, but also to help us to understand how they change. And this image is going to be very, very useful for that. Let's reveal it now.
Oh, holy shit!
It's called Stephan's Quintet, and it's wondrous.
Yo!
Giovanna, what are we looking at?
Yes, like it's a quintet, so we are looking at 5 galaxies. Galaxies are this giant structure that, as we've seen, we see everywhere around us in the universe. They contain from million to 100 billions of stars. And in fact, we live in one of them, the Milky Way. And here we see 5 of them. This is a closer galaxy in the foreground. And these 4 are at a distance of about 300 million light years from us.
Look, there's
and
2 that are just fucking locked.
Close interaction. A sort of cosmic dance driven by the gravitational
It's the simulation that I showed you yesterday, chat, when Andromeda and the Milky Way hit. Literally, that's that's happening.
Within each other. This is a very important image, an area to study, because it really shows the type of interaction that drives the evolution of galaxy. That's the mechanism of galaxies' growth.
I love this image of the cosmic dance moving through each other. Mark, there's a lot going on, though, in this image, isn't there?
There is. So this is a near-infrared image and a mid-infrared
infrared
image combined.
Yes.
And when we zoom in on the left-hand side here, we see this foreground galaxy. We see lots of individual stars in there actually resolved as point sources, which is remarkable. And then as we pan across, we actually see the galaxies in the merging galaxies. We now see gas and dust, which is being heated up in the collision between those galaxies. And that's a place where new stars are being born today. So we're actually seeing the process of creation of new stars in this region. And then when we look in the background here, we see not only the galaxies at 300 million light years, but also stars in our own galaxy. These snowflake structures that you see here, those are nearby stars, but in the corner and around the edges we see galaxies which are much, much more distant, much further away. So similar in some sense to the ones that we saw earlier on in that deep field. And so this image actually takes us from the nearby galaxy, our own Milky Way, through these galaxies which are evolving today all the way to the distant universe. And in a way it captures cosmic evolution of galaxies over those 13.8 billion years.
So we have another image, don't we, that we can look at?
So if we strip away the near-infrared view there of the stars predominantly, now in the mid-infrared with MIRI alone, we see mostly gas and dust.
So much.
We see the same galaxies
Oh my
again,
God, we can see so much more.
And then we also see something very interesting up at the top here, because this top galaxy has something new and bright in the middle of it. And Giovanna, tell us what that is.
Yeah, that's an active black hole. We cannot see the black hole itself, but we see the material swirling around, being swallowed by these sort of cosmic monsters, and this gas gets heated to extremely high temperature as it falls onto the black hole, and it becomes very bright. In fact, this is how shiny is the galaxy. Here we see luminosity that are 40 billion times the luminosity of our suns. It's
Jesus
really
fucking
bright.
Christ.
And with NIRSpec, we can zoom into this area, and we have this technology that allows us to take thousands of images at different wavelength channels, so see this distribution of the gas, what's going on in the gas in different regions of this core area, and understand the composition
Atomic
of the gas,
hydrogen,
the velocities,
ions,
the temperature. So that's very important.
They can just pick them out.
So it's giving us so much information, and it just shows the power of this telescope. Mark, this is just the beginning.
This is fucking nuts.
I think that's a very important takeaway from today. You know, these are like the picture's just taken over a period of 5 days, and every 5 days we're getting more data, which will contribute more in that direction.
That's the coolest image by far. That's the coolest image they've shown so far. Holy fucking shit!
What we've seen today with these images is essentially that we're ready now. This telescope is working fantastically well, and to borrow a phrase,
we're gonna be doing this every week.
Musician, we're ready to turn this telescope up to 11. It really is time. It's fantastic.
Yes!
Thank you very much indeed, both of you. Back to you, Michelle.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Thanks, Katie. It is so great to have you and your colleagues with us on this historic day.
That was
So
nuts.
before we get to the fifth and final image,
Chat, it's literally the simulation I showed you of Andromeda and the Milky Way hitting. It's that. It's just a screenshot of that. Fucking hell.
It's bigger than any organization, any country. This truly takes a planet. Webb belongs to all of us. And starting today, the discoveries start, and they're not going to stop. This is just the beginning. We've said several times throughout the broadcast that the Webb mission is about people. And during the construction of the Great Telescope, people started to see themselves in it, literally.
Huh?
Day after day, people visited the observation window at NASA Goddard. And looking through the glass, they snapped selfies of themselves reflected in the gigantic golden mirror.
That's such a flex of a selfie.
Actual reflections of the enormous
It's in space right now.
The emotional commitment that brought this mission to life.
Making history.
And now, years later, that mission is finally collecting light from the earliest days of the universe, all the way to worlds in our own solar system. It's the same mirror that reflected the many faces who see themselves as part of the journey to understand our shared origins. Let's stop for a moment and appreciate the people behind Webb.
Roll VT. Roll the clip.
It's time now for the last image to be revealed.
Never mind.
Here we go.
Show the last image. Stop it! Okay, this might take the cake. This might take the cake. That last image was fucking incredible. We saw 5 galaxies just fucking dancing around each other. 2 of them were practically locked, smashing into each other.
Is Webb's deputy project
they were hitting each other so hard. There was a
final
red
pictures at the end of the
fucking
day.
shift of
So
flames
Amber,
and
it's
shit.
so good to see you. How are you feeling?
There was stars
So great. So exciting. What a great day this is.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to do is before we get to the final image, the James Webb Space Telescope has taken us all over the universe today. So let's do a quick review of where we've been so far. So Jane Rigby got us rolling today with an extraordinary new deep field image, showing us one of the farthest views of the universe ever.
Yeah, this image really does demonstrate that JWST can do exactly what we've designed it to do.
Yes. And the Canadian Space Agency then took us to the massive planet WASP 96b, where the team has detected evidence of atmospheric water.
And here again, we're seeing the incredible efficiency of this observatory. We're able to do these kind of measurements in a fraction of the time
we stared at this for a solid 15 minutes yesterday.
And then we zipped up the road from NASA Goddard to the Space Telescope Science Institute, where Alex and Carl showed us the exquisite Southern Ring Nebula, a mixing bowl of stellar matter around a pair of dying stars.
Yeah, and I'm just blown away by the level of detail we can see, like in the outer part of this nebula. It's incredible.
Okay.
That nebula was fucking
off to
sick.
Germany, where the European Space Agency wowed us with pictures of galaxies interacting and mixing together.
Right, and this image, again, it's incredible because
look at
it's
the
showing
fucking-
us one of these fundamental processes of the universe.
This
how
right
galaxies
here,
merge together,
up there,
and we're able to learn about
it's
these
the
processes
fucking
in a brand new way.
reaction
So the Webb team has a lot to cheer about
of
right
the
now.
2 galaxies
So across
smashing
the
into
campus, there's a big watch party, and we can feel the excitement all the way from over here. So let's join that celebration now. We're back with Senior Project Scientist John Mather, along with the head of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, Thomas Zurbuchen. Hello.
Okay. All right. This is just week 1. This is just week 1, chat. We're going to be doing this every fucking week.
John, we looked around the world and we're the only ones with a cheerleading crew. Like
We're going to be showing new images every week.
Look, you've been with this mission for decades.
Not only
How
is
do you
this
feel
telescope
today?
I am so thrilled
the most
and so
powerful
relieved.
telescope
This
we've ever
was
put
so
out into
hard,
space.
and we
But it's
took so
fast.
long. It's just impossible to convey how hard it really was. That we risked so much to say we're going to go do this, and it's so near impossible, but we did it.
Yeah, there are thousands of ways this can go wrong.
Yes.
Many of them,
Give the stars a
we
ball,
worried
Phil.
about and frankly feared even after launch. I have to tell you, I was really, really nervous. And, you know, it's almost like athletics for me. You always get to know the team when they're on the field. And on the field, they were right after this launch, and they were perfect.
They absolutely were. And I really wasn't worried, but maybe I should have been.
Yeah, that's difference between the two of us. I always worry. I always tell everybody I'm paid to worry, frankly, and that's good.
Hey, that's
What
me.
we want to do, though, is, you know, just really thank the team again. You know, of course, we heard Bill and Scott and Greg
I'm also
talking
paid
about
to
the
worry.
team that is there. I think what's also important is to recognize that Bernie is sitting there. Who was the first manager. I was sitting there. Could you stand up?
Hi, man.
And
he sat down immediately. That's enough attention.
And I want to mention that Phil Sablehouse, who is a manager also during that time, is no longer with us, but his heart is with us today.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see it.
I have to tell you, John, after each one of these milestones, I called a lot of people. I called Bernie, for example, and I called people who are at my job and people who are administrators, because there's many of them.
Or maybe he's just not in the building.
I just wonder how you feel about the team. Just give you the word here.
I am just so thrilled that we had a privilege to assemble such a brilliant team. We drew from the best of the best, and here we are. So my extreme deep thanks go to all the people who built that team, not only to Bernie, who started us and helped us build up all the technology, to Phil, who made sure we would have a plan, and then when we didn't have quite enough money, to Bill, who pulled it all together and made it get all the way to the end. I am so thrilled that we had so much talent to draw on. And here we are, we have the support of the country and the world to take on this immense challenge.
You know what I'm most excited about? There's tens of thousands of scientists, and frankly, some of them just got born, or not even born, who are benefiting from this amazing telescope.
Yeah, like 20 years from now.
For decades.
30 years from now.
We have, it took us about 25 years
We're
to
gonna
get
learn
here,
so
since
much.
1995, and we have at least 25 to go, I hope.
So look, we are in a sense of these images, the art that is out there in the sky, revealed for the first time. We're thinking of the team and we're thanking them. John, thanks to you, thanks to all of you, and back to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And this entire collection continues to just absolutely astound me. Okay, Amber, so here it is.
Oh my
Can
God.
you walk us through the final image
Holy
reveal?
fuck.
Absolutely. Here
Holy
we go.
shit.
The last image is...
Holy shit!
Look at that. So, Amber, can you tell us a bit about what we're seeing here?
Of course. This stunning vista of the cosmic cliffs of the Carina Nebula reveals new details about this vast stellar nursery. Today, for the first time, we're seeing brand new stars that were previously completely hidden from our view.
There's something you want to point out here?
Absolutely. So,
Oh my
honestly,
fucking
it took me a while
God.
to even figure out what to call out in this image. There's just so much going on here. It's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away.
That explains why the stars have the lensing on them.
We see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars.
Fuck.
We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here?
What the fuck is that?
The data is just so rich.
This is
And
in
there's something really special about
our
the
own
infrared.
galaxy,
It's
the
like you
Milky
actually
Way.
see deeper into these star-forming regions.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about infrared is it really does reveal what's going on here in a really cosmic sense. And in general, what's happening in sort of this overall landscape is we have these gigantic, hot, young stars up here to the top of this rim, and the radiation and stellar winds from those stars is sort of pushing down and running into all of this. This is gas and dust, and of course we know that gas and dust
Stardust.
is great raw material for newborn stars.
Yep.
and baby planets.
Yep.
But there's
They, like,
a flip side
condense.
to this story, and also a little bit of a mystery, because these same processes can serve to sort of erode away this material and stop star formation. So we have this sort of delicate balance going on of new stars being formed, but at the same time, the star formation is being halted.
That is incredible.
And for me, when I see an image like this, I can't help but think about scale. You know, every dot of light we see here is an individual star, not unlike our sun, and many of these likely also have planets. And it just reminds me that, you know, our sun and our planets, and ultimately us, were formed out of the same kind of stuff that we see here.
Yep.
We humans really are connected to the universe. We're made of the same stuff in this beautiful landscape.
And actually, the Carina Nebula was one of my favorite images from Hubble. So Hubble looked at this as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The Hubble image of this is also spectacular. We saw it in a different kind of light when Hubble
Yeah, it's like a little
took an
bit.
image of this.
I remember this image.
Particular nebula. And then
It's not as detailed.
you can see amazing things with Hubble.
Look
but when
at
you
that
zoom into
difference.
This
Oh
new
my
image,
God.
we're able to see so much more detail. And of course, all of us, you know, I grew up on Hubble.
Oh my
and
God,
all of
dude.
us love Hubble. And I'm so excited to see what these two amazing observatories are able to do really in tandem with each other.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. It's been a pleasure to be working on this with you. I'm just amazed
That's
by what's been
fucking
going on.
insane.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
So as we're wrapping up, one of the things that I really have to say is the journey that we've been going on is so very dramatic for me. So we've gone all the way from the birth of stars, and we have all the way from the distant galaxies to the birth of stars. This is where we all began. This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope, to figure out our origins from the very, very early days of the universe to star and planet formation very nearby. So right now I'm very honored to have our last special guest. This is the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson. An honor to be with you, sir.
Hey, what a pleasure.
Bill Nelson is old. He's
it's
getting
clear
old.
that Webb
But
represents
he is just so fucking
the
in on
best
this.
of NASA. It maintains our
He is
ability
just
to
so
propel
in.
us forward for science,
Till his last day, he's gonna be
risk-taking,
fucking just
for
space.
inspiration.
Fucking rocks.
And we don't want to ever stop exploring the heavens, nor stop daring to take another step forward for humanity. In the words of the famous Carl Sagan, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. I think those words are becoming reality.
Absolutely.
Man, imagine showing this shit
Honored
to
to have
Carl
you here. Thank you
Sagan if
very
he was
much.
still with us.
Wow.
So fucking hell.
This is a celebration for all humanity.
He would be so
If
happy.
You've ever
Oh
looked
my
up at the
God.
night sky and wonder, whoever you are, wherever you are,
Fuck.
this is your telescope. And we also salute the thousands of people who have dedicated part of their lives to making Webb a reality. I also want to give a big shout out for the superb media team.
God, the
who's
production
helping
team
Webb
are just
story to the
not on
world.
it, are they?
This broadcast is a joint effort of the superstar producers, animators, and social media specialists at the Canadian Space Agency, ESA, NASA, and especially the Goddard Space Flight Center. Webb captures light in distant colors that the eye can't see, and you've actually made this visible to the world. So finally, if you go to nasa.gov/web-first-images, you can download all of the images and data we've just shown in full resolution, and check back often. From now on, we share new discoveries from exciting new destinations around the universe. July 12th, 2022 marks a huge day for science, and it's only just the beginning. For everyone at CSA, ESA, and NASA, I'm so very pleased you could join us. I'm Michelle Fowler. Go Webb.
Jesus Christ! Oh my fucking God! They just fucking ended the music. Jesus Christ. I'm changing this to this. fucking hell. That wasn't me. That was them just fucking turning the music up and down and then changing it. That wasn't me. That was them just fucking turning the music up and down. What is happening to my Windows? Alright, hold on. Holy fucking shit, chat. Alright, hold on.
If you're asking yourself if you're good enough to start streaming, remember, NASA did.
I'm pulling up every image, chat. I'm pulling them all up. Give me a second. I'm on it. Southern Ring Nebula. Okay, we've seen SPAAACE, which was the one that they showed yesterday. That's the same image. It's literally the same image. They just previewed the first out of the 5 images yesterday. Then we've got the boring graph that isn't pretty. It's just important because it's a fucking graph that shows that we can detect if there's water on a planet, which is fucking nuts, from light years away, just using the wavelength of light. And then, so we have, let's see, oh my god, chat. This is fucking nuts. Okay, ready? The full screen. So this one, so we just watched it all on some fucking 720p scuffed stream. This is Stephan's quintet, which is 5 separate galaxies. Oh my fucking god. Just smashing into each other. It's doing the exact thing that the simulation did that I showed you guys yesterday. Oh my god. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's just vibing. Where was the sideways? I don't think they've got that image up. Hold on. It was from Stephan's quintet, right? The one that showed the sideways, the edge galaxy. Where was it? No, it was Star Death. Oh, yeah, it was this one. Oh, that's it there. Holy fucking shit, dude. Bruh. And that's the binary system. There it is. That's the 2 stars in the center of it that you can't really see on this image, but you can with this one because we're using infrared light. Mid-infrared, I think, right? Jesus, man. That is fucking incredible. This is the best fucking image, I think. Stephan's quintet is fucking amazing because it's literally showing us galaxies smashing into each other, like what our Milky Way will do with the Andromeda galaxy, like 6 billion years from now. We're seeing it in real time, and look at this fucking. All of that is just like energy and gas and dust and hydrogen. That's like rippled off of them 2 colliding. Like these 2 galaxies colliding caused that. Yeah, the simulation couldn't simulate that, could it? Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. That is so cool. Oh yeah, and then they said that that's a black hole in the middle. It's just creating so much fucking light. There's not another image for this one. They showed a different image of this, but they haven't uploaded it to the website. Holy shit, dude. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's a black hole. They explained it's like so bright because of the amount of fucking energy it's eating. Hold on. Here's the link, chat. Here's the link. I'm gonna spam it in chat, okay? Just get ready to click it. Fucking hell. Hold on. That's the link in the chat. There you go. You didn't click it, then too late. You can find it. You can find it. Oh my god. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna go through them one by one just so we can like recap, because Jesus Christ. So this one's Stephan's quintet. Stephan's quintet, the visual grouping of 5 galaxies, best known for being prominently featured in the holiday class IC film It's a Wonderful Life. Like a really bad image of it. Today, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope reveals Stephan's quintet in a new light. This enormous mosaic is Webb's largest image to date, covering about 1/5 of the moon's diameter. Contains 150 million pixels and is constructed from almost 1,000 separate image files. The information from Webb provides new insights into how galactic interactions may have driven galaxy evolution in the early universe. Fuck. With its powerful infrared vision and extremely high spatial resolution, Webb shows never before seen details in this galaxy group, sparkling clusters of millions of young stars and starburst regions of fresh starbirth grace the image. Fresh starbirth right there. Right fucking there is the stuff that makes up stars, and when they form, that is the cloud. That is the dust cloud that forms from just fucking energy and hydrogen and carbon. Just fucking. And then out of that, things start fucking like spiraling, like gravity like starts like compressing shit down, and it forms stars. Fuck. Webb captures huge shockwaves as one of the galaxies, NGC 7318b, smashes through the cluster. That's it. That's the shockwaves. And that there. Fucking hell. Also, fun fact, chat, if you're curious, why there's galaxies that are different colors, it's depending on how far away they are. So that's a basic layman's kind of explanation of it, because I'm not an expert. The redder they are in this image, the further away they are, because of the infrared like redshift. Like, we can't see, we literally can't see these, but using infrared we can, and that's what they come up as. They're so far away. So the reddest stuff is like 13.5 billion light years away. Like the reddest galaxies. Bro. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that one. Fucking incredible. So that's Stephan's quintet. Let's go on to the Southern Ring Nebula, which is this one. I'm going to put myself down here out the way. Now this one. So there's a dimmer, like there's 2 cameras aboard Webb that captured the latest image of this planetary nebula. It's called the Southern Ring Nebula. It's approximately 2,500 light years away. Webb is also going to allow us to dig into many more specifics about planetary nebulae, like this one. Clouds of gas and dust expelled by dying stars. So what we're seeing here is essentially a star blew the fuck up. A star exploded. And this is the aftermath. Like a massive star exploded, and it's a supernova essentially. Yeah, it might not be exactly a supernova. I don't think they know exactly, because there's different types of star explosions. Some of them can be implosions and cause a black hole. Chat, it's fucking nuts. So like that is a star that fucking blew the fuck up, and will form new stars with all this shit. All this stuff that's just around it will form new stars. It's like a little dandelion that like fucking just like scatters its seeds, and then just new dandelions pop up from those seeds, and it just dies. Just dies exploding like. It's like the astronomical fucking version of that. And what's really cool is this image was using, I think, the infrareds. And we can see even more. We can see that in the center of this, there's already 2 stars forming. There's like 2 stars in the middle. Holy fuck. And that right here, I think he said was the first image we have of a, what's the word? Edge galaxy. So like we're looking at a galaxy perfectly sideways. So like for example, all these are just spinning discs, right? They're not all perfectly like edged on, I guess. Most of them are just kind of like slightly tilted. But that one is like a really, really good picture. And you can see the middle like bumps up a little bit. That's probably a supermassive black hole in the center. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Like literally like out of Interstellar, sort of like that. Just fucking huge black, like huge amount of mass just like spinning shit around it. Oh. The dimmer star at the center of this scene, the dimmer star at the center of this scene has been sending out rings of gas and dust for thousands of years in all directions, and NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has revealed for the first time that this star is cloaked in dust. There's like 2. Absolutely incredible. Oh. And here's the Carina Nebula. The best one of the bunch. Holy fuck. The landscape of mountains and valleys speckled with glittered stars is actually the edge of a nearby young star-forming region called NGC 3324 in the Carina Nebula. Carina Nebula is in the Milky Way. It's in our galaxy. I think that's why it looks so fucking high def. But it's in our galaxy. Just fucking looked at it. Captured in infrared light by NASA's new James Webb Space Telescope, this image reveals for the first time previously invisible areas of starbirth. Called the Cosmic Cliffs. Webb's seemingly 3-dimensional picture. It looks so fucking nuts. It's amazing how fucking detailed this is. I can't fucking believe it. It's nuts. What the fuck is that? Even the person that was talking about it didn't know what that was. They're still figuring shit out, chat. They don't know what's caused that. Oh. Webb's seemingly three-dimensional picture looks like craggy mountains on a moonlit evening. In reality, it is the edge of the giant gaseous cavity within the NGC 3324, and the tallest peaks in this image are about 7 light years high. The cavernous area has been carved from the nebula by the intense ultraviolet radiation and stellar winds from extremely massive, hot, young stars located in the center of the bubble. So, like, the stars here that we see with the fucking lines coming off them, those are close, fairly new stars in terms of, you know, the universe. Fairly new stars that are just spewing radiation and just solar winds just fucking... Which is what's making this shit look all fucking wavy and just like fucked up. It's getting just battered from all sides by radiation. It's like up here. I think they said it was here specifically. It's like this bit. These are all like brand new stars that have just been fucking annihilating this area and just like making it just have like waves and shit and just fucking like plumes coming up. Oh. I could legit just stay looking at this for like an hour. Just scanning it. Just like... I want to print it off. No. I need to stop printing things off. I need to stop making big printouts of things I like. It's this whole fucking room's gonna get covered in just... shit you won't even be able to see. You can barely see the Zelda picture that I did from Breath of the Wild. I can see it. It's really nice. But the camera's just like, nah, it's not important. Put it on the ceiling. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, chat's really not going to see that.
Phil, do you think there's a weird alien playing block game out there?
Probably. Mooncraft. And people try to say there's no life out there. Fucking how could there possibly not be? There's just so many fucking chances. Wallpaper Phil. Oh yeah, I'm saving all these. I'm saving all of this shit. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm gonna make a folder called the James Webb folder, and I'm literally just gonna shove every single picture they upload into it, so I can just have it. I might even put it on a rolling wallpaper slideshow. That's fucking incredible. Man. I'm gonna pull up the Hubble version of that. Hubble. What's it called again? Carina Nebula. Trying to find like a similar image because they took an image and then they overlaid it a little bit, didn't they? "17 minutes ago, James Webb Telescope, NASA revealed." Everyone's going nuts over this. Everyone is losing their fucking mind. Dude. So cool. Yeah, you know what's funny? Kristen told me she read on I think NASA's website or some of the science like astronomy website that technically the resolution of the images that came from Hubble are higher in resolution, but took way longer and couldn't see as much. So like the best kind of way to describe it is that like, oh yeah, my camera's got 40 megapixels, but every picture I take is a little bit blurry and kind of dark. Like I can't really see everything. But then James Webb's like, mine's 20 megapixels and takes extremely well focused images with perfect lighting. Pretty much. That's pretty much what we're seeing. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, every news site has just fucking grabbed the images and made an immediate post. They've just immediately posted it. Oh. The Carina Nebula. There it is. 2 seconds, chat. Bom, 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 bom. Do. Starbirth. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the exact spot like they did. It's not fair. They're cheating. They're cheating, chat. They knew exactly what part of the nebula they were looking at. Can we just look at this again? Can we just stare at it for a bit longer? So cool. So cool. Okay, I said I was going to do a short stream and I was not lying. Chat, it's been an hour and 25 minutes. And we watched the space thing. I'm going to save all of these images now. Every last one. Apart from the boring graph. I feel bad. I feel bad calling it boring. Because, like, it's super important to learning what planets are made up of. Like, we found water on a planet that's light years away. But it's just a graph, dude. It's just a graph. Anyway. Chat, thank you for coming out. Appreciate the support, as per usual. Fucking... I honestly didn't expect this many people to show up to me just fucking sitting looking at space. I'll be real. I'll be honest. Link, please. We posted it a bunch already. Just go to NASA's website, nasa.gov. nasa.gov. Boom, 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 boom. I'll post it like one more time. But it's like lagging my chat. There we go. All right, chat. Since I'm going, and you guys probably want to keep watching people. Let's go raid Punk. Pom 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 pom. Does it work? Nice. He's only been streaming for 15 minutes, so he's literally just getting into it. Let's go raid Punk. Go say hi. Go give him a bunch of support. He's on Dream SMP right now, playing Minecraft, collecting items. I guess he says. Don't know what he's doing. Just running around talking. So go say hi. I'll see you all there. Thanks for coming out. I might stream tomorrow. I might not, because TwitchCon's coming up, so we'll see. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll jot down all the Gapple gang, so don't worry. Anyway, I'll see you all later, chat. I'm just gonna end stream. I'm just gonna hit end because it was just a short stream. Gonna hit end and we're gonna go say hi. Okay? Be pog. I will see you later.